At least these shelves will no longer be empty. I feel so proud until I start buying more books again. Hi, welcome to my end of year book haul, which is also my hugest book haul and my first official book haul. The last book haul I did was library edition because I do borrow books from my library, which is the ones you're seeing right here. But I'm not sure if this will be my hugest book haul ever, but for now, for 2023, my largest first book haul. Now we have three piles here. This one is all that I got from Dollar Tree. Surprisingly, I did not know Dollar Tree had books, but these are all Dollar Tree. These are Walmart and Dollar Tree. These are books I got as gift. TikTok book, a book I bought from TikTok, Amazon, and my book of the month. No, this is Amazon. This is Amazon and Dollar Tree. Gifts, TikTok, Walmart, book of the month. I also did, since I crochet, I also did make this very cute and a bookmark for my hardcover books. I have smaller ones for my smaller books that I made, but we're not here for any of that. We're just gonna get straight into the book haul. I'm gonna start with the books that are closest to me. For the most part, these are books I got from Dollar Tree, so the covers were nice. I read a little of the synopsis, loved it. It was for $1.25. I'm trying to grow a library, so I basically bought them. Not sure if I like them, but throughout next year, you'll get to see me read them because I will be doing some of them for reading vlogs. But needless to say, I'm going to put away my mic. Hopefully, the audio doesn't get too crappy, and we're going to go through the books. So this one is Before She Knew Him by Peter Swanson. Now, since these are books I got from Dollar Tree, I also do not know any of these authors. A little synopsis is Hen and her husband had recently settled in a suburban home outside of Boston. Hen, short for Henrietta, is an illustrator, and after a few exhausting years, she has found the right meds to control her bipolar disorder and can focus on her craft. But when they meet the couple next door, her calm begins to erode when she spots an object in her neighbor's Matthew's office. It looks like a piece of evidence connected to a killing that happened years ago, an unsolved murder Hen has been obsessed with. Could Matthew be the killer, or is this the beginning of another psychotic episode? Now, I know I did say I just bought this book, but the plot from the synopsis sounds like something that I will totally read. First book. Now, this is Night's Illusion by Amanda Ashley. Now, our main character is a vampire. He was also a priest. While he was a priest, he took a vow to remain a virgin, but he's no longer a priest. He's also no longer human. He's now a vampire. So he's like, you know what? I don't have to keep that vow. So I think I've read a book where the girl is a virgin, but I've never read a book where the guy was. So romance. This is Distress by Lisa Jackson. Now, this is it just has like something from the author. Let me see if there's a synopsis here. Wow, she has a lot of books. But I haven't been reading. I haven't read much since I was an adult, so most of these authors are very much new to me unless you're like the guy who wrote Artie Boy, which I don't know his name, or the girl who wrote Nancy Drew, or your J.K. Rowling, because I've never read Harry Potter until a few days ago for my series that I'm doing. But unless you're James Patterson, for sure I know I have read. There's another John Grisham or something like that. I'm not sure. This is Debbie Johnson, Maybe One Day. Now, this reminded me of a book I saw on Kindle Unlimited membership. Not sure if it's the same book, but the name of the book just reminded me of that. And this follow: for years, Jess believed that Joe, the father of her child and the only man she ever loved, had abandoned her during her time of greatest need. The belief nearly destroyed her. 17 years later, while cleaning out her mom's house, Jess unpacks a box of cards and letters hidden in the attic and makes a discovery that transformed everything about her life. She came at Empire just with her two stalwart best friend embarked on a remarkable journey to follow the set of faded postmarks around the world. Is Joe still alive? Does he know that Just never forgot him? This is giving me second chance romance vibes. Now this is romantically challenged. I got this I think Sunday after I went to a craft market to sell some of my crochet items. Yeah. Most of these, as I said, I bought because of the cover. Now, I'm wrong. I normally don't like green, but I do love lime green if I'm not mistaken. I think this is lime green. Then there's these little house and then the roses in the clouds. So it says growing up alone, Asian in an Asian community up in a lone Asian community in Wasp. Annie has always felt out of place. Her solution: start a family of her own. Not easy when every man she dated, including her ex-fiance, finds his person right after breaking up with Annie. Even worse than canceling the wedding 8 weeks beforehand, learning the other one planned to walk down the aisle wearing her wedding gown. New plan: find a fresh man-free start. Too bad her exec started the unexpected land her working at a hospital in Rome, Rhode Island rather than Rome, Italy, and sharing a cabin with a big, brooding, and annoyingly hot male roommate. I'm so happy for me. Love this cover. Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. I don't know, I might be saying it wrong, but 1,000 years ago, the great kami dragon was summoned to grant a single terrible wish, and the empire of Awagoto was thrown into an age of darkness and chaos. Now, for whosoever holds the scroll of 1,000 prayers, a new wish will be granted. A new age is about to dawn. Raised by monks in an isolated silent whisper temple, Yamiko has trained all her life to hide her true nature. Half kitsune, half human. Now, I know it's a kitsune from watching Teen Wolf. That's like a fox. That's like I think like a spirit fox or something like that. Yumuko has a skill with illusion that is matched only by her penchant for mischief. Until the day her home is burned to the ground, her adopted friend is brutally slain, and she is forced to flee with the temple's greatest treasure, one part of the ancient scroll. The startup. I think this was one of the first or second books I bought from Dollar Tree, and I was saying my experience with this book. I've never read any of these. Is the reason why I said, might as well give Dollar Tree a chance. I normally go there to get yarn and some other supplies, but I was very surprised to see that they had books, like a whole little section, and every time I go, they always have new varieties. So I guess the Dollar Tree bookstore being sold. This is Victoria Thomas, City of Scoundrel. Also, Imperfect Woman. This follows a group of women friends. After one of their friends died, like a bunch of secrets start getting out, and so nobody knew what was really what. Jonathan Leham, The Arrest. I think this is the second book that I got, if not the first, that I got from Dollar Tree. I got this book within the same time I got this. I bought this back in October, or early November. I think it was right after Halloween. I was like, why didn't I see this book during Halloween? Night and Silence by Shen McGuire. I got this Laura Wesberg, Where the Grass is Green and the Girls Are Pretty. I just love this cover. So this is a seat at the anchor decks of most watched morning show, recognized by a million across the country. Thanks in part to her flawless blonde highlights and Botox smooth skin, an adorable husband and Princeton-bound daughter. Python is that woman. She has it all. Until Sky, her sister, is a stay-at-home mom living in the glitzy suburb of New York. She has a degree from all the right school and can helicopter parents with the best of them. But Sky is different from the rest. She's looking for something real and dreams of a life that beyond the PT and pickup. Until Max, Python's bright and quirky 17-year-old daughter, is poised to kiss her fancy private school goodbye and heads off to pursue her dreams in flame. She waited her entire life for this opportunity until one little lie. That's all it takes for the illusion to crack. for resentment to surface. Suddenly, the grass doesn't look so green, and they're left wondering, will they have what it takes to survive the truth? I love a good mystery. Beneath the Keep. Oh, isn't this but nice? This is the Terrain, found as a utopia, has collapsed and reverted to feudalism. As the gap between rich and poor widened and famine threatened the land, rumors of a prophecy begin to spread. A great hope, a true queen who will ascend and save the kingdom. But rumors will not help Lazarus, a boy on the verge of manhood, trapped in the clandestine underworld known as Creech. Enlisted from his earliest days to kill without mercy, he has never seen sun or sky, not until a quest for vengeance propelled him above ground. There he finds a colony amid a royal court rife, and intrigued and danger, where he meets Nia, Princess Elisa's handmaid, who is not what she appears to be, and whose true identity will spell death if revealed. With righteous rebellion gathering inside her kingdom, Princess Alicia finds herself torn between duty and the throne and her growing loyalty to the Blue Horizon, a group of fierce idealists who promise radical change. Alyssa must choose quickly, for threats besets her on all sides, and the power wielded by an uncanny seer and her shuddering master are preparing to decide the princess' fates for her. Eureka Johnson, Beneath the Keep. And we are done with this pile. Now we're on to the second pile, which is mostly filled with the books I bought on Amazon. Now this is the Inheritance Games. This follows Avery Grams. Now some guy died and suddenly she's a part of the inheritance. She did not know him at all. And so she goes to live at the mansion with the rest of the family that's supposed to inherit the man's will. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think this includes 4 of the grandsons, dangerous and magnetic boys, who grew up with every expectation that one day they'll inherit their lands. Here, Parent Grayson is convinced that Avery is a con man, and he's... Oh, hold on. I totally forgot I had set an alarm for 4. Where was I? And he's determined to take her down, but his brother Jameson views her as their grandfather's last hurrah, a twist riddle, a puzzle to be solved. Caught in the world of wealth and privilege, with danger around every turn, Avery will have to play the game herself to survive. This is book 1. This is Terms and Conditions by Laura Asher. Now, this was on sale, I think, during Black Friday or Thanksgiving or whatever. And I bought this book. This is book 2 of the Dreamland Billionaire series. When I initially bought this book, I thought it was book 1. It wasn't until today when I see this 2 right here, I was like, wait a minute. So this follows their grandfather died. He owns this like Disney World and so he died and he left his Wonder World to his grandsons, but they all have different tasks that they have to complete in order to get their part of the inheritance. Dead Girls Tell No Lie. Dead Girls Can't Tell Secrets. This is by Chelsea Aichaso. I'm bad with names. Piper's fall was no accident. Piper Sullivan was in a strange hiking accident last month and has been in a coma ever since. Her older sister Savannah can't pretend to be optimistic about it. Things look bad. Piper will likely never wake up and Savannah will never get any answers about what exactly happened. But then Savannah finds a note in Piper's locker inviting Piper to a meeting of their school's wilderness club at the very place on the very day she fell, which means there was a chance that Piper wasn't alone. Someone might have seen something worse. Someone might have done something. But who would have wanted to hurt the perfect Piper Sullivan and why? Mystery! The Cruel Prince. I think this is a fantasy by Holly Black, and this followed Jude was 7 and her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in a treacherous high court of Fays. 10 years later, Jude has nothing more than to belong there. But many of the fates despite human, especially Prince Carden, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. To win a place at court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. Oh, romance. King of Rod. I've been wanting to read this. This is free on Kindle because I do have a Kindle Unlimited membership. I was motivated to buy this because I've read two of Hannah Huang's books this year, and this is book 1 and 2 of the Twisted series, that is Twisted Love and Twisted Games. I loved it, so I have no idea what this is about, but I guess it's, if I'm not mistaken, I think they say that this is a dark romance. Ruthless, meticulous, arrogant, billionaire CEO Dante Rosso strives to control both personally and professionally. He never planned to marry until the threat of blackmail forced him into an engagement with a woman he barely knows. Vivian Law, Julie Harris, and daughter of his newest enemy. The wife he never wanted and the weakness he never saw coming. It doesn't matter how beautiful or charming she is, Dante will do everything in his power to destroy the blackmail and their betrothed. We Are Liars. Now, this is on sale on Amazon, mainly why I bought it, and this is by E. Lockhart. Now, I've heard persons talk about, I'm not sure if it's I was about to say guy or girl. Oh, it's a girl. I've heard persons talk about this author, if I'm not mistaken, and they normally say they love their work, so sale, encouragement, bought. This is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune and Every Summer After. Don't know what any of these is about, but I think Meet Me After, one of these. I guess they met one summer and then in a year they had planned to meet again. They never did, and so years later they're meeting again, and we're gonna see what happened. This is second chance romance. Normally, some of the books that I buy, other than the ones I bought at Dollar Tree, they're on sale, and I have empty bookshelves that needs to be filled with books. The Obsession, Boy Meets Girl, Boy Stalks Girl, Girl Get Revenge. I bought this for the cover, and it was on sale, so. Logan thinks he and Delilah are meant to be. Delilah doesn't know who Logan is. Logan believes no one knows Delilah like he does. He makes sure of it by learning everything he can, watching her through a hidden camera. Some might call him a stalker. Logan prefers to be called romantic. Delilah is keeping secret those deadly ones. There's so much more to her than meets the eye. Logan is determined to make Delilah the heroine in his twisted fantasy, and he'll do anything to get what he wants. Delilah is done with the men in her life controlling her. If Logan will let go, she'll make him. Go love it. Everything is Just Fine, a novel by Brett Paisel, Dollar Tree. Drawing Home, Jamie Brenner, Dollar Tree. So now this is the pile that has gifts, Walmart, and Book of the Month. Now this book is narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave, and incident in the life of a slave girl by Frederick Douglass and Harriet Jacob. Now this was a gift from my mother. I am currently doing moral philosophy. I'm taking a class in moral philosophy, and this was one of the books that we used for one of our first class. And this basically tells the story of Frederick Douglass and how he became an educated as a slave. Haven't really started reading it as yet because I've been so busy this year. And when I commit to books that are nonfiction, I like to be in that frame of mind to read them. So I haven't started reading this as yet, but I do plan to read this sometime next year. This is the definition. Annie Frank's The Diary of a Young Girl. In 1942, as Nazis occupied Holland, a 13-year-old Jewish girl, and her family fled their home in Amsterdam and went into hiding for the next 2 years until their whereabouts were betrayed to the Gestapo. They and another family lived clustered in secret upstairs room of an old office building. Cut off from the outside world, they faced hunger, boredom, and constant cruelties of living in confined quarters, and the ever-present threat of discovery and death. In her diary, Annie Frank recorded vivid impression of her experience during this period. By turns thoughtful, moving, and amusing, Annie's account offers a fascinating commentary on human courage and frailty, and a compelling self-portrait of a sensitive and spirited young woman whose promise was tragically cut short. Nonfiction. Also plan to read this sometime next year when I don't have a whole other life living inside my head. Now, the class that I go to, we did Secret Santa, and I got this as a gift. Someone told me that this is a science fiction. I love science fiction. However, funny enough, I don't think any of these are. So it's good to have like my first science fiction little section that I plan to put right there. So this is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. And I'm not gonna read this. Not a reading book, but this is something that I plan to work on next year. Not sure whether or not it's kept or not. But this is a shadow work journal, a guide to integrate and transcend your shadows. Bought this on TikTok. This is Every Last Word by Tamra Ireland Stone. Samantha McAllister looks just like the rest of the popular girls in her junior class, but hidden beneath the straightened hair and the expertly applied makeup is a secret that her friends would never understand. Sam has purely obsessed soul, OCD, and is consumed by streaks of dark thoughts and worries that she can't turn them off. Caroline introduced Sam to Poet Corner, a hidden room and a tight-knit group of misfits who had been ignored by the school at large. Sam is drawn to them immediately, especially a guitar-playing guy with a talent for verse, and started to discover a whole new side of herself. Slowly she began to feel more normal than she's ever has, and as a part of the popular crowd, until she finds a new reason to question her sanity and all she holds dear. Every Last Word. Now there was another cover, I think it was orange, that I was actually going for, I think with strings connected, but this is the one that Walmart had, and since all the popular big bookstores are very far from where I live, I'm just gonna have to settle for online for now. I would love to say I'm gonna drive 2 hours to go buy books, but I'm not that person. This is book 2 of this. There was this, Walmart was having a sale for this, and I said if I'm gonna buy this, might as well I bought this. This was a lot cheaper on Amazon, so I bought this on Amazon instead of Walmart. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Now I have this friend that I met on YouTube named Leah. She's one actually recommend this to me. A reason why I bought it. She says she just finished the series and she loves it. We kind of read similar books, so I will take her recommendation. This is a story of an investigation turned obsession. Pretty and popular high school senior Annie Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about, and 5 years later Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project. At first, just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovered a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent, and the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. Yeah. This is by Holly Jackson. And then there's Good Girl Gone Bad and As Good as Dead. This is Verite. I'm told that this is sort of a thriller by Colleen Hoover. Now, I took a big risk with this because my favorite book of the year, which is Reminders of Him, is by Colleen Hoover. And my worst book of the year, yes, is by Colleen Hoover and it's Layla. So I took a big risk with this. I have no really don't know how I feel about Colleen Hoover books, but this was on sale. This is the one constant throughout all my book buying. It is on sale. I would love to say I'm going to spend $30 on a book, but I'm not at that stage right now. I'm not there. I'm a minimalist, so the fact that I even have so many books goes against my every fiber. But the one thing is that if I do decide that I don't like any of these books, I can always give them away or have them resold. So this follows Lowen Ashley. It's a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts a job of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of the best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Lowen decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing its content could devastate the already grieving father. But as Lowen's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, she recognizes all the ways she could benefit if he were to read his wife's word. After all, no matter how devastated Jeremy is to his injured wife, a truth this horrifying would make it impossible for him to continue loving her. A standalone romance thriller. This is Caraval. Out of all of these books, this is definitely the one book that I've definitely been trying to buy, because since I read the synopsis, I've been in love with it. Now, it is about this carnival that normally comes around like once a year or whatever, and they had taken her sister for one of the acts, and if they don't find her before the carnival leaves, she will be lost forever. Before I let go, Kennedy Ryan. I've never bought any Kennedy Ryan book. I bought this for 2 reasons. It was on sale, and I bought this for 2 reasons. It was on sale, and I love the cover. Now, their love was supposed to last forever, but when life delivered blows after devastating blows, Yasmin and Joshua Wade found that love alone can't solve problem or save everything. It couldn't save their marriage. Yasmin wasn't prepared for how her life fell apart, but she was finally starting to find joy again. She and Joshua found their new rhythm, co-parenting their 2 kids and running a thriving business together. Yet, like magnets, they were always drawn back to each other. And now they're beginning to wonder if they're truly ready to let go of everything they had. Soon, one stolen kiss led to another, then more. It's hot, it's illicit, it's all good until old wounds reopen. Is it too late for them to find forever? Or could they even be better the second time around? Before I let go. Now we have 3 books to go. This is Fort Wayne. This was going for like $29, $30. It was on sale for $16.99. Had to buy it, so I did. I don't read anything about dragons. Dragons, sign me up. Reason why I bought it, I have to be honest. And this girl that I watch I've watched a bunch of videos on this. I was curious. Fort Wayne by Rebecca Yarros. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I got this on Book of the Month, my first Book of the Month book. Now, this follows a author. She basically write the autobiography of Evelyn and her struggles, I think, through she's an actress through Hollywood, through the movie industry. I've heard a lot of stuff about this book. One of the reasons why I decided to buy it. And this is my December Book of the Month, The Kingdom of Sweets, and this is a Nutcracker retelling, and it's very, very dark. And there we have it. All the books. I think I'm gonna count how many books I have. I'm not gonna count the one for TikTok though, because really and truly that's not a reading book, so it makes no sense I count it. But I'm gonna count how many books I have, and then we will see how many books I bought. We're gonna minus 3 because I didn't buy these 3. ding ding ding, we have bought 33 books. 33 books. Now, at least I can't say I don't have enough books to somewhat add to my library that I'm building. We have to start somewhere, so at least these shelves will no longer be empty. I feel so proud until I start buying more books again. But thank you so much for watching. Have you bought any of these books, and what was your thought? What was your reason when you buy books? What's the reason why you buy books? Is it because it's on sale? Do you buy it for the book cover? What's your drive, your book buying drive? I would love to hear from you, so feel free to leave your comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay fit, and I hope I see you in my next video. What?